everyone, welcome back to our third video of the Unit 2, which is Biological Basis of Behavior. In this video, we'll be talking about the overview of the nervous system and neurons. So yeah, check this video out if you're really interested. And if you haven't watched our video on Scientific Foundation, which is the Unit 1, and there are 5 videos, and also our previous two videos of the Unit 2, which is like the biological basis of behavior, please check it out too. So yeah, let's begin. So here are some key vocab for this video or this lecture. The first one is nervous system, nerves, interneurons, somatic nervous system, SNS, parasympathetic nervous system, central nervous system, and this is really key and it will come up in the test a lot, and sensory or afferent neurons, reflex, peripheral nervous system, motor or afferent neurons, and sympathetic nervous system. So the nervous system is our body's speedy electrochemical messaging system. It's made up of both the peripheral and nervous system, and the central nervous system, CNS, is composed of the brain and spinal cord, while our peripheral nervous system, PNS, connects our sensory and motor neurons to the CNS. So as the name suggests, you can also see that like central is like the center, and this what like connects everything together, and peripheral are like the, for example, central nervous system is your like body's main body, and peripheral are your limbs. And CNS, as mentioned previously, the CNS is composed of just the brain and spinal cord. The brain's neurons work in networks that send messages quickly, and reflex is an automatic response often created by a signal neural pathway in our spinal cord. And you can't even imagine how quick the reflexes are. So basically, for example, if you touch a really hot, let's say hot cup of water, then your hand will quickly come back. That's because of reflexes. Like your brain haven't even made decision to let your arm, like your hand come back. Your arm just automatically does that because that's like the reflexes. And also there's one key one that you may also have heard of is knee jerk. And if you like, there's like this part in this section in the knee where if you touch it, then your knee will like automatically come forwards. So yeah. And the interneurons in the spinal cord enable this reflexive response. The spinal cord is also a highway connecting the peripheral nervous system and the brain. So PNS can be broken down further into somatic nervous system, which controls voluntary movements of skeletal muscles, and autonomic nervous system, which controls automatic functions of the internal organs, such as your breathing by your lungs, and also your heart is beating, or your digestion system is digesting the food you just got. And also, the automatic nervous system comes into play, especially in the fight or flight responses, which is like your body's response to the stimuli that increases heart rate or blood pressure. For example, you went out for a run, and during the running, your heartbeat will increasingly really fast, and then, sorry. When you come slow down or eventually stop running, then your heartbeat will gradually come normal. That's because of your autonomic nervous system. And when your heartbeat is increasing, that's the sympathetic nervous system playing a role. And when it comes to calm down, then it's the parasympathetic nervous system. Basically, they work against each other. Yeah. So here's a diagram of like the structure of nervous system and how it's like broken down into further systems. So CNS, PNS, somatic, autonomic, sympathetic, and parasympathetic. So please remember this. This is really important when it comes on the exam. Like there are some scenarios given, and it asks you like how which nervous system play a role in this situation. So for the neurons, it can also be broken down into 3 types of neurons. The first one is sensory neurons, which is also known as afferent neurons. Remember, this starts with A, and it's basically carry incoming sensory information into the brain and spinal cord, which is CNS. The sensory information is then processed by interneurons in the brain and spinal cord, and then a message or response is carried back out through our motor or afferent neurons in our muscles and glands. So here's a sneak peek into our next key topic, which is the neuron. And as you can see, it really has like some similar, or it's a cell. So it has like the main nucleus and also like all those organelles in your cell. So, but also different because it's not like actual biological cell. It's like an electrochemical cell, and its nucleus, or like its cell body, is not called a nucleus or cell body. It's called a soma. And inside it, which is like the red circle here, it is the nucleus, and the dendrite here, which like expands and extends up to other neurons, is called dendrites. And then we have the axons, which is like this line that's connected to, yeah, and like those yellow things on top of overlapping and like covering the red line. The axon is myelin and myelin sheath, and it basically like, it's kind of like the wire, and you can like directly touch the wire, and it makes you move like more, like the signals move more quickly. So how do signals occur? How does our brain know what to do? Basically, action potential must occur for a message to continue to travel down the axon of a neuron, which is the messenger. This only occurs if the neuron's threshold has been met, meaning it has received enough stimulation from the original sending neuron. If this threshold is met, the action potential occurs and the message travels down the axon via a process of depolarization. If this threshold is not met, nothing happens. Neurons have all or no response. They either fire or they don't. Once the message has passed through the axon, it reaches the terminal branches. The terminal branches of a neuron contain neurotransmitters, which are then released. These neurotransmitters cause the synaptic gaps between neurons and are gathered in by dendrites of a new neuron, continuing the communication process. The synapse is where two neurons meet and neurotransmitters are released into it. There is both an electrical synapse, which releases quick messages into another cell, and a chemical synapse, which sends messages slowly to another cell. So here comes the end of this video. So please like and subscribe if you really enjoyed the topic and the content. Thank you for listening.